Welcome to At the Pynk podcast, where we promote self-care every day because we deserve it, and so do you. Join us every Sunday as we deep dive into ways we can all practice self-care every day. All right, I'm Elon.
And I'm Rhonda.
And this is At the Pynk podcast, where we discuss ways to practice self-care every day.
And this At the Pynk podcast is sponsored by Pynk Monkey Aesthetics and Wellness. It is a full-service spa, waxing, facials, massage, body sculpting. We are located at 5699 East 71st Street, just west of 71st and Bedford. Our phone number is 317-985-1649. And our website is pynkmonkey.net, pynkmonky.net. You can support us by going online and scheduling an appointment, or also shopping on our website. We highly suggest our Monkey Balm, which is our #1 selling product. It's great for everything self-care, eczema, psoriasis, cuts, scrapes, bruises, literally everything for skin. It's an amazing product, all natural, made with shea butter and essential oils. Call us if you have any questions.
All right.
So today, we're talking about intellectual self-care, which most people are saying, like, what is that? Like, is that really a thing? And yes, intellectual self-care is when you just really take care of yourself as far as personal development. Let's call it that. So it will be the same as personal development. And so we're going to look at ways that you can do that.
Okay. My affirmation for today is, I deserve to do things that bring me joy. I'm allowed to rest my body, mind, and spirit. And the reason why I picked that as the affirmation for today is because I think that sometimes, I know something that I struggle with personally is, like, if I'm not working, then I'm not being productive. And so it's like, it's okay to take a break from your work and still do other things that will bring you joy, like learning about a subject that you enjoy, for example, that kind of give you rest, but also still help can maybe take you to another level.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my thought process behind that. Like, you can still be productive in doing other things and taking a step back, even though you're not physically working or doing something.
Right. And as women specifically, we tend to always take care of everyone else first and put ourselves last. And as women, we need to learn how to normalize self-care as productivity. Because if you are not at your best, then you're not going to really have a lot to give. You know, like, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
So you have to put yourself first and make sure you're good, you're at the top of your game, you're rested, and that you're consistently taking care of your own personal development, because who's going to do it if you don't?
Right.
So when we talk about personal development, there are three main things. There is learning, there's reading, and there is hobbies. So hobbies is just going to be what you like to do. Like, you may like to make jewelry or sew or knit just for the sheer pleasure. And when you do something that you really love as a hobby, it actually becomes a meditation, because you can do it without thinking. It just helps you to relax and unwind. And sometimes that's where you get your downloads, your answers. If it's something you've been thinking about, praying about, meditating about, when you're in that space where you're loving what you're doing and it's not work, it's just sheer joy, and you're not blocked, so you can get the answers for whatever it is that you really need answers to. A lot of times, so hobbies are really, really important for just being able to not only take care of yourself, rejuvenate, regenerate, but also sometimes just be able to sit still and quiet so that you can get answers that you need. Do you have any hobbies?
I have a few hobbies that I wish I did more. I need to work it into my schedule more, but I do enjoy crafting, making things like with my Cricut, or just DIYing stuff. I'm always down to try and figure out if I can make something myself. So
you're really good at it too when you talk about DIY.
Yeah, so. Like I've DIY'd a lot of the decor that you guys will see, like when you come into the office and stuff like that. So, yeah, I feel like I have a natural knack for that, and it's something I have fun doing. Yeah, just being creative in different ways. And then also, I do like to read. That's something I've actually started doing more of recently again. I kind of had got away from it for a while because I felt like I didn't have any time, but then I realized if I stopped watching TV that I would actually have time to read. And so I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. If there's something that I really want to watch, I would just binge watch it in like a day and be done with it. But outside of that, like, I don't watch a lot of TV anymore. I feel like I find it more relaxing for my body to be able to read versus watching TV.
So we live in the world of technology. So when you read, do you get a physical book? Do you listen on Audible? Do you do Kindle?
I've done all three. So sometimes what I would do is I might listen to a book first, or like I might read it digitally too, because just sometimes that's just more convenient than carrying around a book. But if I really like it, like if I listen to a book especially and I really like it, I will go buy the book.
Me too.
And so that I can have an actual physical copy, and I can go back and underline, highlight things that I really want to stand out in my mind.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Any other hobbies?
Another hobby that I would like to get back into, I just don't know when exactly I'm gonna do it, but is like music in general, like playing the piano. I played the piano, I played the clarinet, and I used to sing also. And I don't really do those things anymore. So I would like to work that back in somehow.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
I also love to read. I used to read like all the time. And, you know, I have this big, huge library of books at home. And I really should get back to that because I don't. But I also do enjoy not just a physical book. I enjoy Audible because I can do that in the car. Kindle, I only use that like if I don't have the physical book at my access. Because if I'm in the car, I'm always doing Audible, and then if I actually have the book, I'm going to read it. Because I do like to outline, underline, do all those things too, because you want to be able to find those key points when you go back to it. The Kindle is really just if I just either don't have time or don't want to wait to order the book, or sometimes it's just easier because you can, like you said, you can just carry it around with you on your phone.
Right.
But also, if I really, really like it, then I'm going to order the hard copy because I want to keep it.
Yeah.
So I really love reading, but I really have gotten out of the habit. So I that's something I definitely need to do. Also, hobby-wise, and I haven't done either one of these in forever, is I like making jewelry. I have all this stuff at home to make jewelry, and it just sits there and stares at me in the face.
Yep.
Also, what I really love is art. I used to take art classes, so drawing, like pencil drawing, but also abstract art I really love. And sometimes I'll like look at stuff online, or every now and then I'll go to an art gallery and just look at the art. But I love abstract art. I love to. So recently, I just found all my art stuff.
And I say, because I remember buying you a bunch of stuff one year for Christmas that you never used.
Yes.
So
I recently pulled it out and set it up. I actually set it up. So it's on my to-do list. I'm going to actually spend at least one day a month doing art. So we'll get to that in a little bit. But hobbies are really important because your brain can just check out. And you can do whatever. So
yeah.
That's really important. So there's a difference between reading and learning. So reading, actually physically reading, whether it's a digital book or a paper book, is actually very stimulating to your brain, but also it's a part of learning. But you don't always have to read something that you're learning. You can just read like whatever your jam is, like romance novel, mysteries,
sci-fi.
Sci-fi. Some people are Stephen King all the way, or I'm a sci-fi lover. Whether it's TV or a book. So figure out what your genre is. It does not have to be for the purpose of learning something, just reading, because you learn new words. It helps with your imagination as well. When you read, because when I read, I know for me, I can physically or in my head actually see what's going on as I read.
That's what's wrong with these kids nowadays. They don't read enough.
They do need to stimulate their imagination a little bit more. So that's why reading is really important, because it stimulates your imagination. And then learning in general is really important. And we really have no excuse for learning nowadays, because on your phone, you have all the apps. So let's talk about some of my favorites. And we'll put this list down in the whatever comments. But you can learn all kinds of things. So some of my favorites are, of course, Audible and Kindle. You can get educational things as well. But there's one called Gaia, which is more alternative health focused. Mind Valley is a whole university. You can literally learn anything. Speed reading, life coaching. They have meditations on there. Literally everything under the sun. It's really a university. You can learn about anything. Those are my two favorites. Also, Masterclass.
I really like Masterclass, actually. I was just about to say that.
They have the celebrities teach the different classes about different things. That one is really good. I have to get back into that, too. I kind of got off track.
Yeah, the most recent Masterclass I watched was with Issa Rae. Hers was really good.
Yeah.
And
then Martha Stewart.
Martha Stewart was one of my favorites.
Yes. Did you see you saw the Kris
Jenner one? I saw the Kris Jenner one. That. I watched one with Mark. The
guy that owns the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah. What's his name? Mark Cuban. Yeah, he had a really good one too.
Really? I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones on Masterclass, and literally there's every subject matter, so you can go in there and learn about a lot of different things. And a lot of the times, even though they're about a specific subject matter, you can relate them to other things as well. Because there was one lady, she's a movie director, but the way she talked about it.
Oh, Ava. DuVernay. Is that her name?
DuVernay or something like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was like really one of my favorites as well. So check out Masterclass.
Another one is Skillshare. Skillshare is really good too. It's like a university, kind of similar to, like, if there's a skill that you want to learn, whether it be like editing or like graphic design, how to do something. Like I've been working on learning how to do grant writing. You can pretty much type it in, coding, and find somebody on there who has a class. So you can learn how to do different things, learn new skills. Yeah. That's a pretty good one too. And I think Skillshare, you can get like a free month. On Skillshare, especially like if you just go on YouTube, like they've sponsored so many YouTube videos at this point. You could probably find a recent YouTube video where somebody has a Skillshare sponsorship, and get like a code for like a month free.
Okay.
So even if it's something, if you don't got no money and it's something you want to learn, go find one of them codes and you have 30 days to learn it for free. So
That's good. That's good.
yeah.
I always like a good freebie.
Yeah.
There's some other ones, I guess, similar to Skillshare, Udemy. There's so many different ones.
There was another one that we had looked at, and the herbalism one. Remember the herbalism class we was looking at? What was that on?
Yeah.
Good to Know or something like that? Do you remember what it was
can't
called?
remember. But I still have it, so we'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It'll be all be listed below.
Yeah.
So.
But there's so many good ones. All you have to do is go and search the App Store.
Yeah.
On your phone, and you should be able to find pretty much anything. Now, of course, there's always YouTube University.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally learn anything on YouTube, although I suggest you still kind of look around as far as making sure that whoever's giving the information, that is accurate information, but you can literally learn anything on YouTube now.
Yeah, that's true. I learned how to do my hair on YouTube.
Yeah.
When I first went natural and I didn't know what I was doing, I was like, oh, let me get on YouTube and see what the other girls is talking about.
Yeah.
And I've learned how to do different like hairstyles and stuff like that. Save you a few coins.
Yeah, it's always somebody on YouTube doing their hair.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just kind of play it over and over and over again. So literally everything. So.
Yeah.
I think that just getting in the habit of just finding something in all of these areas that we talked about and being consistent with it is going to be a great way to just improve your self-care, because when you talk about learning, reading, and hobbies, those are things that you do pretty much by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so that gets into you being able to have just some personal time.
Yeah.
What I like to call solitude.
Mm-hmm.
Love my solitude.
Me too. I'm definitely a solitude person. My husband don't like it.
That's my number one self-care
He'll be okay.
thing, though. But you know what? It would be fine, even with a partner, to say, look, let's just have an hour of solitude. You go to that room, I go to this one.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, for me, that looks like I need some solitude. I need quiet time. So that means that you're the parent in charge, because I'm the default parent in my house. So my kids automatically come to me for stuff. Like, I'm the first person they think of when they need something.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I need an hour. So I'm going to go upstairs, close the door, lock the door. And that means that you need to be listening for when they need something, because I'm not doing it.
But you know what you could also do, even though he's the designated parent for the hour, we could have just a solitude hour for everybody.
That's
everybody
true.
go to their room. You need to have a book, watch a movie or something. This is a do not disturb time unless it's an emergency, and we all gonna have an hour or two.
Yeah, that's true. You know who does that? Chantel. Shout out to Chantel. Hey, girl. But yeah, they do that. They have like a quiet time. So instead of doing a nap time, because kids don't always want to nap, it's like, well, you don't got to go to sleep, but like, this is the time frame you're going to be in your room. So you're either going to go to sleep or you're going to be in your room in the quiet with your iPad, something like that. But you got to stay in your room, and we're going to have quiet time. And I was like, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea. Yeah. So I need to get back to some hobbies. I need to, with all of these things, and I do get a good amount of solitude. Not as much as I would like, but I'm going to definitely incorporate more solitude time. But I want to get back into consistent, because sometimes I just have all these things in my head that I want to do, and then I sit there trying to figure it out, what I'm going to do, and then before I know it, I haven't done anything.
Right.
So,
you just pick something and do it, basically.
Yeah, do a brain dump. Like, write down all the things, get them out of your head, and then pick one, and then go do that. So pick a book, pick an app.
Maybe you should do like a hobby jar or something. Have you seen it like where people do like I've seen it with like date night jars?
Okay.
Like people, they just write down ideas for different date nights, and then when they're trying to figure out what to do, you just pull out a stick or a piece of paper, whatever you do,
Yeah.
And like that's what you do.
That's a
So
good
like you should
idea.
do something like that for like
That's a good idea.
things you want to try or do. Make
Yeah.
like a hobby jar.
That's
And you just
exactly it.
write it on pieces of paper, fold them up, and put them all in there. And then when you have time, you pull one out, and then that's what
Yeah.
you're gonna do.
That's a good idea. Also, if you feel like you're having a hard time carving out time for this, you need to just put it on your calendar. Like
That's
I have
true.
everything scheduled on my calendar on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it just don't get done.
Yeah, I really like to use this app. I think it's called Structured. It's a free app. You can get a paid version of it too. It's not really necessary, but if you get the paid version, then it makes it easier to like have stuff repeat. If you use the free version, you have to kind of put it in like every day. But the reason I like it is because it really helps you see like how much time you have to do stuff. So like you say, okay, I'm going to wake up at this time and wash up. It's going to take me 30 minutes, and it blocks off 30 minutes for each, whatever you do, however much time frame you need. It puts it on there, and then you look, and then it says like, you have a 2-hour block here. You have 4 hours here where you're not scheduled to do anything. Do you want to add something? So then you can decide if that's going to be when you do your hobby or whatever. Maybe you take a nap, whatever it is. But if there's something else you need to do too, then you can say, oh, okay, I got 4 hours here. Like that's where I'll do this. And so it helps you to structure
That's good.
your day a little better. So
I'll look into that.
yeah.
I like that. Yeah, I just need help. I need some assistance with being organized and just really sticking to it. So that sounds like a good one.
Yeah.
So what you gonna do?
My main goal, I think, is going to be, I don't know, I guess to just try and stay consistent more with doing my hobbies and stuff. Like I've been waking up a lot lately, like early, and I don't really like to wake up early. I prefer to sleep in. But you know how sometimes you wake up and you just can't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
So like I've made a conscious effort, instead of just laying there doing nothing, but also like not being ready to like get up and start the day, then I'll use that time to read a book, something like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you know what else is a good learning
really
tool?
just staying consistent and trying to work in the music somehow again,
that
back
would
into
be
my
good.
life, figuring
Even
that
if
out.
it's just like a little keyboard or something.
hmm
Don't you do a lot of podcasts? That's a great way to learn.
Yeah, I do like to listen to podcasts in the car, like
Yeah.
while I'm driving, or while I'm doing stuff like around the house. Like if I'm doing dishes or something
Yeah.
like that, then I'll listen to a podcast.
Yeah. I'm sure you can find a podcast on almost any subject matter.
You can. Sometimes I actually like to listen to podcasts with other people when they're talking about cleaning and stuff, because like while I'm cleaning, because it makes me feel like it helps me get more into the mindset. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When they're talking about doing that specific thing,
Yeah.
like cleaning up around the house or getting more organized.
I never
then
thought there would be a podcast
it
on
makes
cleaning
me feel more motivated
to clean.
or do whatever I'm trying to do. Yeah.
I never thought about that perspective.
hmm
It makes sense though.
And sometimes it kind of feels like there's somebody doing it with you.
Okay.
Like mentally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's nobody physically there, but it's like, oh, we're cleaning together.
You know what? I always feel like if there's something, and this is totally off topic, but if there's something like that you like to do, you should probably have a YouTube channel. I could see you having a YouTube channel where you just turn on the camera and you just clean your kitchen. I guarantee you that people will watch it. Have you?
You think?
You know
Well,
why I say
that's
that?
true.
You watch the people vacuum.
That is true. I do find those vacuuming videos very calming and relaxing. That's true. I
That
can
could
see
be another
that.
stream of income. You can monetize that sucker.
That's true. I do need multiple streams of income, because as
We
I
all do.
said last episode, I want more money. So,
Yes.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
true.
We should all think about that. What
Maybe
is
I'll
it
work
that
on
you
that.
love to do that you could talk about all day?
hmm
Either start a podcast or start a YouTube channel and just do it.
hmm
Turn the camera on. I'm preaching to myself. I should do that too.
Right.
Yeah, I just need to also be more consistent because I love to read. I have my hobbies. And I do love learning new things as well. And just kind of, even if it's not something that I'm going to do, I like to learn about
I like
it,
to learn
so.
about things too sometimes, just because I'm interested in how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I do like looking into things sometimes, just out of curiosity. I think I'm also going to try and find more time for like education though, too.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, you know what? Speaking of education, so you can actually go to like check out university websites and they have like certificates for different things. And some of them are free.
oh yeah, that's true.
Even like Harvard, Yale, they have like different certificates for whatever. So,
I have heard of that. Yeah. That's another thing. I have to look into that. I've heard of that before, but I've never actually taken any of them. Maybe that'll be one of my goals for like the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like to do something like that.
Yeah, me too. So if you guys think of some of your favorite hobbies that you want to kind of get back into, please put it in the comments. And we're going to list the different apps. Or if you have some apps that you like to use, please put those in the comments as well. And we love to hear about them and share them with our viewing audience. And,
Audience. Your Chicago's coming out. Audience.
Yeah, every now and then that Chicago accent slips out. Yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
I don't even notice it anymore, though, But, of course, other people do. Yeah. What can I say? Well, thank you for joining us for At the Pynk podcast. I'm Rhonda.
And I'm Elon.
And we'll see you next time
At the Pynk. Bye.
Rhonda Holt started Spirit, Soul, and Body Wellness in 2006. When her daughter Elon joined the company in 2016, they changed the name to Pynk Monkey and quickly became the BIPOC family female-owned spa in Indy, specializing in waxing. Their passion for self-care is obvious when you enter the spa. You feel the love, smell the goodness, and see the amazing decor of the safe and relaxing space. You can find them on social media at Pynk Monkey Indy, on their website at pinkmonkey.net, and their YouTube channel at Pynk Monkey TV. You can also call or text 317-985-1649.